Hi guys, welcome to Tool Talk Tuesday. I want to welcome you all, and I want to thank every single one of you for the kind messages regarding my younger brother. It's really appreciated, and the strength I've got from that and the family I've got from that has been absolutely amazing. So firstly and foremost, before I start the video, I want to thank every single one of you. You're all absolutely amazing. Secondly is this here. Don't worry about that in the video. I know I should point it out to you. It's just some sort of boom I've got for doing the photography. So anyway, let's get into the video. So my 5 favourite tools and why I love these tools. Now the first set of tools I've got is a set of Japanese saws. So you've got like 1, 2, 3, 4. So the first one being a Dazuki crosscut saw. These are by Temple Tools. Amazing quality these. I'll tell you why I like these in a second. Then you've got a flush cut saw. I use that for cutting plugs off, cutting splines off boxes, that kind of stuff. Then you've got a Dazuki rip cut saw. Wooden handles, good steel, brass tops. These are just really good saws. I mean, and then you've got this Ryoba, so you've got like flush cut and rip cut, and it's really versatile saw, that one. It's sort of like a jack of all trades saw. Nothing wrong with Western saws, I just prefer Japanese saws. They've got thinner blades, which makes life a lot easier. They're extremely sharp. Fantastic bits of kit, really. You know, I don't do without them. You see that me use these in my videos all the time. Now what I've heard like a lot of joiners say, for sort of like precision work, these are a lot better, and a lot more people now are going towards Japanese saws. So have a look at Japanese saws. I would recommend the Temple Tool ones. I've got 3 sets of Japanese saws, and the Temple Tool ones are by far the best out of the 3 sets, and they're the ones I go to. You see me using them on the videos. They're just so good. It's unbelievable. I mean, there'll be other reviews out there about them, so don't take my word for it. I'm not an expert, am I? So just go and have a look at the you know, the other reviews. So also what you get with these saws as well, I don't know whether it's thinner. Obviously joiners and carpenters will tell me the blades are thinner, so you're getting like sort of less tear out. Is that right? I mean, I know you're getting less tear out, but is that because the blades are thinner? But I don't know. In the hand, they're so light. These are so light. It's unbelievable, and they're really good for like enhancing, like me being a learner, and like you being learners and beginners and hobbyists, and you think, oh, I don't want a fancy set of Japanese saws. Honestly, the difference, in my opinion, is night and day, and they're very beginner friendly. These really beginner friendly, and it just helps enhance your sort of woodworking flow. So yeah, and you know, they're really versatile. You've got different ones, blades. You know, sort of looking after them. You can renew the blades. The blades all come off. You can buy replacement blades, that kind of stuff. So they're much easier to sort of like have. You know, you're not throwing them away. You can just buy the new blades. The handles are fine. The handles are like a really light sort of wood, like with brass sort of things, clips that keep them together, all that kind of stuff. But you could probably go to their website. I'll put a link down below. I'm not trying to flog them, by the way, but I'll put a link down below. So if you want to have a better look and look at the specs of them, you can do. But I would certainly recommend these, and I love them. And these are one of my top 5. They definitely are. Out of all the tools I've got, one of my top 5 by a country mile. Really good saws. Go and have a look at these guys. I'll put a link down below for the Temple Tool saws. But what I would say is go and have a look at other YouTube videos about these saws, and then that'll give you more of a balanced view as well. Just don't take my word for it. Go and have a look at other things. So right, the next one. So the next one is something really basic, and you all should have this in your toolbox. And these are one of my top 5 tools. It's a stainless steel ruler and a mechanical pencil. Now there's loads of different mechanical pencils. I'm not just saying get this one, but the ruler is a Shinwa ruler. It's Japanese, and it's sort of like, I don't know if you can see it there on the video, but sort of like you put it down flat instead of sort of scrabbling. It's like one of these pickup rulers. Just do that, and you can pick it up easier. It's got sort of some Japanese writing on the back. I haven't got a clue, but what I find with this, I'm using this all the time. I probably use this more than I use a ruler. So like for flat layout work, you know, when I'm marking out stuff, all that kind of stuff. This is really good quality. You can see all the marking. I'm not going to bore you with saying this marking's etched, this marking's. I haven't got a clue, to be perfectly honest with you. But all I know is you can see all the markings. And if you're like me, like needing a strong pair of gigs, you know, you need something that you can see properly, don't you? So it's stainless steel. The manufacturer is Shinwa. You can get these Amazon. I'll put an Amazon link down below, but you can get these from various places. Prices will vary, but all in all, they're really good, and all skill levels again really need a good ruler. This is a 30cm ruler. You can get these Shinwa ones that go a bit longer. The smaller ones, I've got a smaller one. It's a 10cm ruler, and the steel's a bit thinner, but that's okay. It's still really good quality. But this is excellent for marking out. It really is. It's super accurate as well. I did measure it. Well, it weren't me. One of my friends come along and he measured it against some ruler he had, because he was looking at some of my tools, and he said, yeah, it's sort of spot on. But yeah, I like it. And having a ruler about, I always find, I don't know about you, but rulers and tape measures sort of like, you know, more or less the same thing, so to speak, within reason. But I'm always tending to lose my tape measures. I'm always tending to sort of like, I'm a bit, is it me? I'm a bit awkward? I don't know. But with this, it's always there. It's always ready to pick up. It's giving me consistent accuracy. It helps keep me projects moving. Like as I'm doing YouTube, I've got to think about sort of speed as well. And it just keeps me moving along at a consistent pace. It really helps for that. And it's like I say, it's always ready. So a good mechanical pencil and a really good ruler. I would suggest this ruler. There probably is better ones than this about, but for beginners, hobbyists, go and have a look at the Shinwa ruler. I'll put a link below so you can have a look. And again, do your research, look on YouTube about these kind of things. So yeah, this is in my top 5, most definitely a ruler and a pencil. Let's move along to the next one, and this one I think sort of like probably my best tool. I absolutely love it since I bought it, and it's this. It's the Maxxt 150mm sander 5.0 5mm, and I love it. So basically what a lot of people say, it's a knockoff of a Festool or a Mercury or a 3M. Is that the right word? Is knockoff the right word? I don't know. You decide. Let me know in the comments. But let me tell you now, it cost me £225 when I bought it, sort of over a year ago. I've had loads. This has had loads of use. If you can imagine, I'm been doing like 2 videos a week, and virtually on every project I'm using this. There might be the odd project I don't use this, but on the vast majority, I'd say 90% of the projects, I'm using this sander, and it's not let me down once. Now, there was, when these first come out, there was some reviews where people were plugging them into like the VAC, the power tech-offs and whatever, and it just wouldn't work. I think that was to do with, I don't know electrics, you know, I ain't got a clue about electrics. Here's how much I know about electrics. Once when I was a little kid, I was about 10-year-old, and to check if the electric was on, I got up a set of step ladders and put my finger in a light socket and nearly blew my hand off. But it didn't go too well. It looked like I frazzled my finger, and I won't be doing that again. But anyway, something to do with currents and all that kind of stuff, and I think they've sorted that issue out. I normally sometimes put it through my shop vac, which has got power tech off. I've never had a problem with it. But the beauty of this is, for versatility, moving it around the workshop anyway, the cord is really good quality, and you get 5 meters. It's not overly heavy, ergonomically and comfortable. This is one of the reasons I like it. I've got another, like a smaller sander, which I don't like. I'm going to be upgrading that very shortly to something else at 125mm. But this is sort of like the workhorse of my sanding. It's got a dust collection on it. When you've got it hooked up to a dust vac, there's virtually any dust. Don't take my word for it. Go and have a look at the reviews on YouTube. The dust collection is absolutely amazing. I'm not saying it's a replacement for a Merkur or a Festool or a 3M. They're probably all fantastic sanders in their own right, but I'm not going to be prepared to go out and spend Festool money or Merkur money. I prefer to buy something like this, £225, so it's probably about, what, a third of the cost here in the UK of one of them bigger sort of sanders. And I've had it like over a year now, so, and it's still going strong. I've not had an issue with it, so I can't fault it. It's got 6 speeds here, so you turn it on there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can turn it down. I normally leave my sanders just the one above halfway. I tend to get my best results for that. And if you want like really quick stock removal and all that, just play about with it so you get your best sort of rate. Sandpaper's always important with your sander. I used the 3M Cubitron with this. I've got another make that a company sent me, which is in there, but which is brilliant, to be honest with you. But I don't know what it is, I always tend to go back to the 3M Cubitron. If there's any other sort of brands of sandpaper out there, please let me know in the comments and so other people can see. Because I know the 3M Cubitron, is it expensive when you work it out over the longevity of it? It probably not. It's probably the thought of like spending that money up front on a box of sandpaper, isn't it, really? But when you work it out and if you broke it down into intelligent version, which I'm quite not, you know, it's probably really is cost effective. But yeah, you've got this hose here. I link that straight into my shop vac. It's a really nice bit of kit. It's quiet as well. It's not too bad. I mean, you can hear me over that. It's really ultra smooth. You know when you're putting down on a piece of wood and it just feels, it glides, and it's like really nice. And I've been sort of shocked. I'm so glad I upgraded to a better quality sander. I know £225 still might be a lot of money for people, but if you can save up and get yourself something like that, there is some that look sort of similar to that, like the Maxxt. I don't know what they're like, and I've heard some bad reviews. But the Maxxt, all I've seen is really good reviews of it. There's been one or two that have been a bit iffy, but on the whole, it's a really good sander. So and I reckon, yeah, it's probably my best tool in my workshop. But it's between that and one of my sort of routers. But anyway, yeah. So that's the Maxxt. Right. So next on my list is these little cordless routers. Now I would suggest go cordless, because routers can be like scary tools. Even these sort of small trim routers, they can be so dangerous. And what I found, why I upgraded from cordless, from corded to cordless, was the fact that, you know, wires everywhere. I've got big massive feet. I didn't like tripping over the thought of that near my hands, all that kind of stuff. And like, they're just really good. Like, you can get really some good precise results with these. And how I find them useful is, you know, like, they'll turn a project they turn your project into something a little bit more. So whether that's sort of doing the edges, you know, roundovers, profiling the edges of wood, doing a rebate, you know, sort of like practicing, upgrading your joinery, all that kind of stuff. You know, they're really, really good things to have. And for sort of hobbyists and beginners and all this kind of stuff, you can get different ones. I mean, this is me all singing, all dancing Dewalt one. I bought that with my own money. And this is one by Mellif that they sent me this in to try, and said I can keep it, so that's fine. That's nice. And this accepts Dewalt batteries. Now obviously the Dewalt one is a lot better than this, but this has got some advantages over this one. And number one is the feel of it in your hand. This is more controllable in your hand, but what I don't like is that bass. Well, it's not that I don't like it, it's just I've got something that I'm going to put on there anyway to make it a bit more stable, like this. I mean, this come with the Dewalt, this sort of bass here. Power is absolutely amazing. On the power front, they seem about the same. I don't know what the internals are like, but the internals of these Mellifs are supposed to be really good. From what I've seen some YouTube videos where they've took these apart, things like this, and the bearings and is it the amateurs and all that? I don't know the terminologies. They're both brushless motors, but if you're gonna get like a trimmer router, get a cordless one. Invest in a cordless one. That was just for safety reasons. And if you could go to sort of like your big store where you can buy them and see them in the flesh, pick it up, feel it in your hand, because it's like this is okay for me. I've got sort of medium sized hands, so I'm alright, but some of you have got like really small hands, so maybe something like this would be better. And there's a Makita version, it's very, very, very similar to that in the feel. I've got the corded version of it, which I have it on my router table. So yeah, this is definitely in my top 5. Get yourself a little trim router of whatever persuasion, and just make sure you get a cordless one. That would be a top tip. Top tip, who am I to give top tips? So, the 5th one on my list is this. A lot of people have seen me using this and asked about it, and I've got to say, although maybe not my favourite tool out of the 5, it's got to be the best value tool out of the 5. I think you can pick these up now for just under £300. It's the Bosch PD40, I think it is, PD, so I don't know. There's a picture of it there, isn't it? It's the Bosch. Anyway, so it's got laser, it's got depth control on the panels, variable speed, it's got 2 speeds, so around there you can change it from 1 to 2. It's got depth control here, laser, it's got light, it's got depth adjustment at the back. It's got this sort of clamp. See, a lot of people don't like that clamp. I like the clamp. I don't know why I like the clamp. I like the clamp, I think it's really good. The wheel, not a lot of people's... I've heard a lot of people moan about the wheel, but I find that a bit better. Now, there's a few upgrades you can do to these. I've not bothered, and I will do a few upgrades on it, but it'll be just simple things. A lot of people have seen, I've changed this chuck. The only thing I really don't like about it is the chuck. It's like a 13mm chuck, but it's just awkward. It's just awkward. Go and have a look at the other reviews and you'll sort of find out, get it off them. I'm just showing you the tool. There's ways of changing this chuck, but the power you get out of this is really good, and you've got a massive depth here. Like if you've got like a normal pillar drill, and that's why I changed it out, because I'm getting more sort of this depth there. Is that called depth or height or whatever? Another thing I will say, I like it because it comes with it, is this little fence. But I've seen a few videos where a few guys have done sort of like retrofitted their own sort of base to this with a fence and everything. And I think I've seen a guy called the 10-Minute Workshop. I'll put a link down to his video, if I can find his video, where he's built a sort of, a base and a fence, and it looks amazing what he's done, and I might have a go at that. Things I would do is maybe that, just make it more sort of woodworking friendly. You know that you've seen them on steering wheels, like what people like maybe have like one arm or a disabled or something like that, and they have like a ball that's attached to a steering wheel. I might get one for that, and that'll make it sort of, a lot more sort of use. Although I don't mind it, but it's just it just makes it that little bit easier. It's light, you can move it around easier. So like my last sort of pillar drill was sort of like virtually the same size as this, and it was so heavy, it was really heavy. But this, I can get this in and out. You all know I suffer from sort of like bad arthritis. I can get it in and out, no problem, easy use. It's got, like I say, plenty of power, the laser, the depth adjustment, all that kind of stuff. You're not going to go wrong with it, really. And I put a link down below, and I bought this with my own money, so I'm not trying to flog you the thing. It's just that people ask me. It's one of my favourite tools, in my top 5, and again, it adds those extra finishing touches. Although for being like, you know, like you need it to drill holes, I like put, like, you see me do the freehole designs on some of the things that I make, which come in a little bit of my trademark. I like doing that, and there's sort of like other things I'm going to be able to do with it. I've had this now, how long have I had it? I've had it about a year. I've never had a problem with it. The variable speed is, you know, it's electronic here. You're not messing with sort of, you know, pulleys and bits of rubber wheels and all that sort of malarkey. You know, it's all there, right in front of your depth adjustment, right in front of your face, emergency stop, all that kind of stuff. So it is good. It's really user friendly, and it's ideal again for hobbyist beginners. And you see some pros using this. Some of them are a little bit stuck up because it's not blue. You know, like the Bosch Professional, it's blue. This is green. And you know, I've heard one or two mention it, and I'm thinking, oh, stop being a snob, will you? It's a tool, get it used. It's in the workshop, get it used. So anyway, have a look at this. This is it. So anyway, guys, just let me move that out of the way. I hope you like that video. You might be seeing this video on a different night tonight, obviously, because of circumstances that's happened. But I want to sort of get these videos like a tool. It's called Tool Talk Tuesday. Now, I was torn between Tuesday and Friday to do these videos, so let me know in the comments. I have put a poll out on the community thing, but let me know in the comments as well, and I might change it to a Friday, call it Tool Talk Friday. But what I'd really like you to do is subscribe to the channel. 70% of people watching are not subscribed, and I'm making these videos for you. And I get it, if you don't want to subscribe, that's fine. But, you know, if you do like the content and you come back and keep watching the videos, please consider subscribing, because it massively helps my channel get where it wants to be. I don't want to be putting like sponsored videos out and all that kind of stuff. If I can get the channel big enough where I might not need to do that, but at the minute it's looking like I am going to have to. But yeah, so anyway, do us a favour and subscribe. Show a bit of support for the old Billy here, and I'll see you on the next one. Sunday video coming out. It's a cracker Sunday video. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.